Hello out there, music lovers. Prog Hat back with a contest update. But before I begin sharing that, I just want to say happy Friday. Today is January 28, 2022, and we're getting ready to say goodbye, January, and heading towards February. And this month went by so fast. What a week of work, and I'm currently taking one college course, but it's keeping me up, which I don't mind. I'm studying up to 11:30 or midnight at night. Midnight, yeah, pretty much every day, trying to stay on top of it all, which is a pretty big task, but I think I can handle it. Um, but anyway, I just want to start off too by saying thank you all out there very much for the participation in my 1980 contest. Um, it's been fun. I've enjoyed listening to everyone else's favorites, their favorite songs, favorite album covers. I realized that 1980 there was so much music and great music. Whether you didn't think or at all that there was no good albums made, other folks said, and sales for some of those records were in the $1 million range and probably still continuing to this day. Other folks thought otherwise of such great albums, and a lot of those albums are still being repressed. You can get a reissue copy of some of those great records that came out in that time. So many songs. I just remember in the 80s, I was a radio guy in the evening. When I was in high school, I listened to the radio at night, searching the dial whenever it would take me. And I remember hearing a lot of songs from Back in Black being played on the radio. Not just the hits, You Shook Me All Night Long, Hell's Bells, but I even heard Shake a Leg and Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution and Have a Drink on Me. They were playing just about a lot of those songs, and I still have this very cool memory when I saw one of my girlfriends listening to the 8-track to AC/DC Back in Black, and her and her brothers and sister were washing the family car, and they had that. I mean, I don't know how far it was. I was riding my bike and heard AC/DC Back in Black coming clear as day. It was almost like if they were performing in her front yard. And in that little small town that I grew up in, Texas, that was one of the most played records. I was surprised as a youngster the different types of people that loved that album and loved a lot of the records that came out in the 80s. People have been showing them. Uh, X, Los Angeles, what do we have? I just heard Sam talk about Bob Dylan Saved and McCartney 2, The Police. I mean, the list is John from Down Under, Tunage, Ultravox. Oh man, just a lot of killer records. What's been really cool is hearing everyone's uh, videos and their stories, and meeting other people out there in the vinyl community who have such a great love for their music, for their passion, their collecting, and like sharing and making videos. I I'm speechless, and I just want to say again, I appreciate it. I am very grateful. Believe it, the last time I checked, over 36 entries. I'll do another video and call out those entries, and just to make sure I have everybody. But again, thank you so much. Also, remember the contest closes on the 4th, and I will announce the winner on February 5th. But before I go, I do want to show some records. But first, I want to show the two prizes. The winner will get to pick, if you're in America, one of these albums and they're sealed. This is a Target exclusive. The Robert Plant, Alison Krauss, Raise the Roof. Quick story, true story. Robert Plant had a house here, and I believe he was dating Alison Krauss or Patty Griffin, one of those artists. And I ran into him at a record store here called Waterloo Records. He gave me a really cool handshake, and we talked about the album Presence. And he thought it was a really good record. Very nice guy. I didn't bombard him and ask him for an interview. I just thought the experience of meeting Robert Plant was cool enough for me. I was very, couldn't believe it. I couldn't wait to get home to tell my wife. Well, actually, I did text her and tell her. The other choice is, or if you don't want that, this is a sealed copy. Let It Be. This is the Giles Martin and Sam O'Kill mix. And let me tell you, I really enjoyed the way this album sounded. Out of the two, of Abbey Road and Let It Be, I'm more of a fan of Let It Be. I like that Let It Be was just straight up. It was raw. I even like the Glenn Johns mix that was taking place, but I guess the Beatles or someone decided, chop that away. But anyway, this is my favorite out of those two albums. I am a big fan of Let It Be. My brother gifted me early birthday gift of the box set Let It Be, and I'll show that one day and talk about that a little bit. But he gifted me the Let It Be box set, and I was very sweet of him to do that. So those are the two. Now, if you live outside of the U.S., I will send you money, and I really would like to do that. PayPal, I'll send you some cash. You can go get you a record of your heart's desire, because thank y'all so much. So let me just show about 4 records here that I've been listening to this week. A couple of them are used. These 2 were gifted to me by DJ Chancla. Now, he's on Instagram. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. I wish he did. But he sent me a copy of Herbie Hancock, Future Shock, and I love this record. I've always wanted this record, but I've never seen it used around here. And if I did, sometimes the record was missing. You ever have that experience like, oh man, I found one, and then you go, why is it so thin? And then you find out the record's not in it. Or it's another record, like Lawrence Welk and Home for the Holidays. I'm not putting that down. I do listen to Lawrence Welk too as well, but I'm just saying that is usually in here. This is a really good funk. It had the big hit Rocket, but I love this record. In fact, if I remember, let me look at this real quick. I want to say one of my favorite, Sly Dunbar plays some drums on this. Great drummer, great. This is funky at times. It's got that, that sound that kind of in between albums like Thrust and can't remember the name of this other one, the one that had Watermelon Man. I don't remember, folks, but I'm getting my facts. But this is Prog had approved. I'll put it that way. This right here blew me away. This is jazz. I love this color. I mean, covers, not color. But I don't know if you can see it very well. This is Don Ellis, Shock Treatment. I didn't know what to expect, but I had a feeling that it was going to be jazz, and I really got into it a lot. I played this one quite a bit. Produced by John Hammond, who also was behind artists like Bob Dylan and I believe Aretha Franklin. But now I want some more of this guy's records. This is my first one. I really enjoyed this type of jazz. It kind of reminds me of jazz that would be like in a James Bond movie maybe, or in that era, but good stuff. Now these other 2 records are new records, but they're not new anymore because I opened them. But oh man, I was enjoying this. Richard Hell, Blank Generation. I love this record. The record kind of has that tone cover like Goat's Head Soup. Oh man, Even my wife really liked this record. She said, "Oh, that is just straight up punk." I like every song on this record. Another World, Blank Generation, yeah, those stand out. But Love Comes in Spurts. It's this killer record. Don't know why I just now discovered it. But hey, I am trying to build up some punk and metal in my collection here. This other, oh man, for the longest time, I did not know this band sang this song on this album, which is the title of the album. But I love this record. It's Talk Talk. It's My Life, and it is a very nice purple color. I'm not going to pull it out, but I recognize that song. It's My Life. I didn't know who it was for the longest time. Robbie McIntosh, am I saying that name correctly? Does some killer guitar work on this album. I love this record from beginning to end. So there you go, folks. A little contest update. Appreciate everyone out there. You all out there have great channels. You guys and folks out there are amazing people. Some are, I can tell, have started their channels. Welcome. Thanks again for everything. And I'll see you pretty soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.